Honestly, me and your old man, we're totally fine now. We're like that. Honestly, we're buddies. We're like boulder buddies. I mean, he threw a few boulders at me, but hey, I don't hold that against him. I told him my favourite colour is green, and you're a lovely, lovely shade of green. Oh, just 1 second. Hello? Yes, yes. No, I just stopped off for... Look, it's just one drink, one drink. It's not one with a nail. Trust me, no, it's just whiskey. Just whiskey. I'm not touching that stuff ever again. I know what happened last time. I know I crashed an entire starship. What can I say? I need glasses these days. They don't make those hangers as big as they used to, you know. No, I won't be long. I'm chatting up nobody. I told you last time, it's just a rumour about me and the green girls. It doesn't happen in real life. I just like to talk to the regulars at the bar. Honestly, no, I'll be home very, very soon. Anyway. Yeah. Captain Kilt-Man out. So, where were we? I thought this was some kind of setup. I thought I was being watched. How are you all, folks? Captain Kilt-Man, Starfleet, Federation, at your service. Me and the young Gorn Star here were just chatting about old times. And I wanted to show you this. What is it? Well, it is it's a vintage Star Trek communicator. Yes. The thing from which we derive mobile phones, or cell phones as you guys stateside like to call them. And it genuinely was this that gave the creative impulse to create the mobile phone. Genuinely. I know, because what came alongside this was this little booklet here, which gives you all the history of these things from episode 1 when they were bigger and clunkier, and then that design which stayed from that point onwards throughout 3 seasons of the original Star Trek. Flip top and a little chirrup, yeah, ahura, beam me up, and then it lights up, as you can see. That sound effect, I'm not entirely sure what that is. I should know, I'm a massive Trek fan, but I don't recall that sound effect. People out there are going, oh, what? What's wrong with you? But I don't remember it. Anyway, this little replica here, I got for £6. £6. Some people are going like, wow, £6 for that? What a steal! Others amongst you are going like, £6 for that piece of plastic crap. I love it. I think it's great. And as I say, this is the vintage one. This is not from the next generation, where apparently, didn't they speak into these? I've said before, I love Star Trek and the Star Trek movies, but mine's got to be the original. I do not like the next generation. I do not like Discovery or Enterprise or any of that stuff. I just like the originals. Kirk. I kind of like the remake, Chris Pine, but I like the first movie. Into Darkness was a pile of shite, and Beyond was beyond shite. Absolute garbage. Couldn't stand them. But the first one I did enjoy immensely, and had such high hopes for the ongoing franchise. Sadly, they were dashed. But I still love the originals, and I watch them, you know, as often as I can. But I don't recall that second sound effect there. So now, this is only a cheap version, as you can no doubt tell, but it is the right size. It's got that lovely grill effect on there. If you flip top, your lights, all that kind of stuff, your little speaker there. That is exactly how it looks. and it has this little sort of signal dial thing here, which in reality was, I think, it was 2 stopwatch clocks going opposite ways, which on the film, on the show, it would seem like it was like spinning round. So that's the effect you got there. I love this sort of grill effect as well that you have here. That I'm wearing what is the Chris Pine Captain Kirk jersey. So we actually have the Starfleet insignia running all the way through it, unlike the original very itchy Captain Kirk William Shatner woolen one, which never seemed to fit right. But I just like this design a bit better. And it would be a great idea to have had that Starfleet insignia as the grill pattern there, but obviously they hadn't thought about that at the time. Now, I know that the Wand company do make a very expensive version of this, which has Bluetooth incorporated into it. They also make a phaser and a tricorder, which this company who supply this version here, there's a little box for it, and the company is, let's see if I can read this in this light, runningpress.com, but it's also the official StarTrek.com merchandise. It says here, Deluxe Mega Kit Star Trek Light and Sound Communicator Star Trek. There you go, the whole thing there. Yeah, Running Press is the company. Now, they do a phaser and a tricorder as well. Their phaser sadly isn't to scale, it's a little small tiny piece of plastic tat. The tricorder, I would presume, is the same sort of similar size because they are small, but luckily the communicator is small anyway, so it fits in the palm of your hand. I've seen people reviewing this and going like, well, the one thing about it is it doesn't flip up when you do that. You do the wrist flip. Well, it does. Do you know why it does? I've seen people go like, what you've got to do, you've got to get your thumbnail in. So when you do it, a thumbnail and an index finger, and you can just work around it like that. No. Or spray WD-40 on the hinges. No. See that finger there? And those hinges there? When you do it, don't do it that fast. It's flipped, and then quickly, and you've got Scotty or Ahura giving you a call from the ranch saying, why are you late for tea? And I think it's a marvellous bit of kit. If you're going to go cosplaying as a vintage, Trekkie, a vintage Starfleet officer, because they all have them, they've all got these, you need this with your phaser and your little flared out pants and your weird boots. But I do love it though, and I think that is a great bit of kit. For such a little tiny price like that, and you get a lovely nifty box. People like to keep the boxes. That's actually quite nice. And it's got a lovely feel to it. I can't believe I'm saying things like this, but yeah, it's got a lovely feel to the box. That kind of velvety, smooth feel. You're like, ooh, that feels lush and plush. But you also get this booklet, as I said before, and this gives the detailed history of the communicator in the Star Trek universe, from the initial pilot episode through seasons 1, 2 and 3 into the Next Generation and the movies. So it's great. And then how that inspired the mobile phone, as I say, because it does give details about this, and lots of illustrations. There's Chekhov, Walter Koenig. Let's just find this guy to prove I'm not lying. Real life. I'll read it out to you. In the 1970s, Martin Cooper, an American engineer employed by Motorola and a fan of Star Trek, conceived the idea of handheld mobile phones. While car phones based on radio channels were in limited use, Cooper Cooper could imagine devices that were more like the Star Trek communicator, one that was able to be portable and used anywhere. Drawing on the inspiration of both the communicator and the Dick Tracy wristwatch. Remember the wristwatch? Cooper bypassed Chekhov, convinced his bosses to invest $100 million over the course of 20 years to develop what would become the modern cell phone. In 1983, the first commercial cell phone service began. By the early 2000s, the first smartphones were being developed and are now in widespread use. We've all got them. We've all got them. Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek, foresaw this. What was like high-tech, space-age, futuristic gadgetry in a TV show, a sci-fi TV show. But he was thinking way ahead. Look, we will need, if we're in space, we're going to need somehow to communicate with the starships, somehow to communicate over vast distances, not using phone lines. It's going to be some kind of signal, some kind of pulse existing around, in the air, in the atmosphere, or hyperspace, or whatever. So you're going to have these kind of gadgets to wear. And of course, now we've got them. And as it says here, now smartphones have video call capability, can track your GPS coordinates and can play music or even customize sound effects, in brackets, even the distinctive chirping of the Star Trek communicators. However, they are not able to contact any starships yet. And it does give a lot of great little illustrations, great pictures in fact, right? And it will discuss various scenes where these have been used, where they've been taken by another alien race and then smashed, but Spock can somehow manage to establish one with limited capabilities. It also tells you how that they are used to literally, give their position away. So when they're getting beamed here, there, and everywhere, got your coordinates, Captain Kirk? Well, yeah, you have, because it's on this. If he's got hold of this, it says beam you up now. Your coordinates are right there. So that's how they get uplifted or downshifted, just transported. That's how it works. So, once again, there you go. This one though. I mean, is that a horror on the communications console, and they're listening and they're hearing sort of like white noise and weird transmissions? A voice will come through. Is that what that effect is? Someone please let me know. Do you know? Does anybody around here know? Is anybody around here serving? Because this ain't gonna last too long. But I thought it was great. Everyone's taking advantage of Black Friday deals, and Black Friday's a massive con, as most people actually know. But even so, I like spending money. I like little gadgets and toys and props and gizmos and just bits of merch. And this just caught my eye, and I thought, well, okay, for £6, I'm not going to expect too much. Maybe just a nice box, But got that. Got a great booklet. Superb, that's a lot of detail in there. And this is fantastic. Some people are saying, oh, but it's not the right size, it's too small. No, that's the right size. That's how big they are, And as I say, you've got a little speaker there. It comes with the batteries in. There's a little speaker. You've got your 3 lights here. This is how they look. This is the right. That is a great replica of it. In certain light, that dial, you can actually see a sort of effect on it, a sort of a mosaic sort of effect swirling around. On the show, I think you saw it in far more detail. This is a very primitive version, but the actual finish on it is great as well. This sort of gritty, black metallic look, although it's just plastic, very light. And this grill is fabulous. That's just superb. Up it goes. Yeah. What? Taxi's on its way. Okay. I'll be ready. Don't worry. Time for another large whiskey. Cheers, you all. So yeah, it's a nice bit of kit. Just a bit of fun. But I do love me some Star Trek, So, there you go. I'm not sure who wrote this book, because I can't find an author's name in it, which is a bit weird. There's a horror, yes. So you got a nice little introduction there. And as I say, it charts the development of this and the ideas behind it, how it was designed. It mentions the guy who designed it, which would be, where is it now? I'm going to name drop him. Where the hell is it now? Well, there's a picture of the actual thing there. And as you can see, that's exactly how this thing looks. Where's the guy's name? Prop designer Wah Chang. Wah Chang created the unique pattern on the center dial on the face of the unit. When in operation, the Moir pattern would spin. The effect was achieved by using a wind-up stopwatch. He constructed 2 working models of the prop and 8 dummy props that did not utilize the spinning effect. It was just one stopwatch effect going round. But it's great. It's great. Just a little tiny bit of fun for a ridiculously, cheap price. Because you can imagine something, even this plastic version with no Bluetooth capabilities, fetching, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 quid. A fan would buy it. Someone like me, if that's all there was, and that's the price of it, and I thought, you know what, it's payday, I'm going to treat myself, I'd have it. But for £6, Jesus, I should have got loads of them. Isn't that great? That definitely has a sort of radar cum sonar feel. Like you're spinning through frequencies and you're getting, some kind of like pops and bleeps and blips and objects and voices coming through. You can just see Ahura. See them coming through, Captain. And the great thing about it as well, like, you hit that button once, but you can go. So, you can pretend you're shooting someone, but it really is a little dinky, maybe a lady's phaser, or a lady's shave. It's got that look about it too, hasn't it? What? Oh, you don't shave? Alright. Reptiles don't need to shave, do they? Oh yeah, there are bearded lizards, aren't there? Right. Anyway, folks, there you go. That is a wonderful bit of toy gadgetry. Comes with the batteries, looks amazing. That grill pattern awesome, and it does not go well with, the gold Kirk jersey. So, happy days, happy trails, your good health. Coming up is another video on Forbidden Planet. I'm going to discuss that fabulous musical score made up of anything that is not music. There's no musical instruments involved. It is purely electronic, very innovative, very creative, very inventive, very unusual and unorthodox. So I'm going to cover that in quite some detail in a video coming up shortly on a channel known as YouTube. So, folks, please do take it easy. Keep it real, keep it kilted, keep it Celtic, no matter what part of the galaxy you're in. And just be yourselves. No matter what race or creed you are, be proud of who and what you are. So, folks, in the meantime, and this star-encrusted in-between time, please take it easy. And I'm going to see you all laters, because we've got some business to attend to before that taxi arrives.